Hi, boys and girls. It's me, Miss Armster, your favorite first grade teacher from Monroe City School. I teach at Cypress Point Elementary School, and today we're going to be doing a little math for first grade. All right? You guys are ready? Let's jump into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up some fingers the math way. We're going to count first. Then I'm going to hold some up, and you guys are going to have to tell me what number I am holding up. So whenever we want to start counting the math way, you always want to hold your fingers up and start with your pinky on your left hand. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start with your thumb. 7, 8, 9. Kind of tricky for me. And 10. That's how we count the math way. All right, let's do it again. 1 with your pinky on your left hand, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with your thumb on your right hand, 7, 8, 9, kind of hard for me again, and 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up some fingers, and you guys are going to have to tell me what number am I holding up. Let me give you a little secret. We all have, there are going to be 5 fingers on one hand. So if I hold up this number, you can say this is 5 and you can count on 6, 7. Or you could start all over and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many fingers do I have? 7, exactly. 3, very good. We're going to do one more number. 10. Awesome job. Now let's jump right into our lesson. And we're actually going to be doing number bonds. They're so easy. So first we're going to start with our application problem. It says here, Dora found 5 leaves that flew in through the window. Her window was definitely open. Then she found 2 more leaves that blew in. Draw a picture and use number bonds to show how many leaves Dora found in all. In all. That means your total. And then when we put it into a number bond, your total is your whole. Okay? So let's draw some leaves. Dora, she found 5 leaves at first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 more blew in. 2 more. So I'm going to skip a space and then I'm going to draw 2 more leaves. So how many leaves did Dora find altogether? Now there's 2 ways I can solve this problem. I can start with 5, which is here, and just count on. That's called the count on method. 5, because that's how many blew in at first. 6, 7, or I can just start all over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she found a total of 7 leaves. So if we put that into a number sentence, the first part would be 5 plus the second part, which was how many leaves or how many more leaves blew in, which would be 2. And if we count that together, 5 plus 2, 5, count on strategy, 6, 7. 5 plus 2 equals 7. And this is how many she had in all. 7 leaves. Now, let's put it into a number bond. Now, whenever you're doing your number bond, we're going to start with this template here. Your total or your whole is going to be the number that is by itself. Sometimes you can rotate this and this total part can actually be somewhere else. So how many total leaves did Dora find? 7. This is called your whole or your total. Now how many did she have at first? 5. That is what we call our part. And then how many more flew in? 2 more flew in. That is our other part. So we have our part, whole in the number bond. So if I wanted to say this in a story, Dora had 5 leaves to blow in through her window. 2 more blew in. How many did she have in all? 7 total leaves blew in through Dora's window. Awesome job. 2. We drew our 5 leaves at first. Then we also drew our 2, put it into a number sentence, and what was her total? 7. Awesome job. Then, so let's look at this for a second. This is what we call a 10 frame, okay? A 10 frame. Now, how many squares do we have on the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many squares do we have on the bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many squares do we have all together? Let's start with our top row. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 slots on our 10 frame. That's why it's called a 10 frame. Yeah, 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So we're going to put some objects into our slots. And from left to right, because we also read, when you're reading your stories with a mom or dad or friend, grandmother, whoever, you always read from left to right. So we're always going to count from left to right, okay? So we have 5 here, and we put them into the top row, okay? Now next, we're going to be some number detectives, okay? So let's see what numbers we have hiding inside of 5. I bet you didn't know you could hide some numbers inside of 5. Let's go ahead and look. Now, I see 2 hiding inside of 5. Well, where do you see 2, Miss Armstead? I'm going to show you. These are the 2 that I see hiding in 5. So if I see 2 hiding in 5, how many do I see outside of 5? Well, we had 5 at first. Then we said that we saw 2 from left to right. You never want to start here. You want to start from left to right. We saw 2 hiding inside of 5. And that means we have 1, 2, 3 left over. That's also hiding inside of 5. Do you think we got that right? Well, let's see. Awesome job. It was definitely 3. It's definitely 3. Okay. Now, what 2 parts did we find to make 5? 2 and 3. Good job. 2 and 3 make 5. Okay. Now, we're going to put 2 more beads on our 10 frame. Okay. Now, let's look at how many beads we have now. Now, of course, we know in a 10 frame, there's 5 at the top, 5 slots at the top, and 5 slots at the bottom. But we're looking at our beads. So how many beads do we have now? We have 5 at the top. So we're going to start with 5, 6, 7. Or you can start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 total beads now. Now, what numbers would you see in 7? Well, let's look at our top row. We can see 5, okay? So we know our total beads, 7. So let's see, we have 5 at the top. So I wonder how many we would have here at the bottom. Well, let's see. There's our 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now, how many dots are on the bottom of our number bond? All right, we have 2. So I'm going to go ahead and write my 2 and my 5. And that's our other part. So our first part is 5 and our second part is 2. Now, what is our total or our whole? So that means how many total dots do we have in all inside of our 10 frame? We had 5, at the top, 6 and 7. So we had 7 total beads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome job. Okay, now we're going to represent this number bond with numbers instead of dots. So let's count our dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we had 7 here at the top because that's the whole. That's how many we have in all, the total. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then how much would the second part be? So we have part, total, or part, whole. 2. Awesome job. All right. Now, what you're going to do when you get home, or if you're already at home, you're going to take out some beads, and I want you to find some numbers. I want you to be a number detective and find some numbers hiding in a total number of beads. Okay? Now, this is your problem set. This is Module 1, Lesson 1, problem set. And so what you're going to do is you're going to circle 5, and then you're going to make a number bond. Okay? So let's look at the first one. We have a total of 5, 6, 7, 8 soccer balls. But the directions told you to circle 5. So that's what you're going to do. We're going to circle 5 soccer balls. And that's our part because that's not how many total soccer balls we have. We're going to write it here at the bottom, and they did that for us. And then we're going to count 1, 2, 3 is our other part. And then how many do we have all together? We don't have to count all over. We can start with 5 and use our counting on strategy to find our total or our whole. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 total soccer balls, okay? All right. Now, I know you guys are going to do wonderful with the problem sets, okay? Now, we did the first one together. Let's look at the second one. We have butterflies. Now, the directions told us to make sure that we circle 5. Always follow the directions. You have to read them first, and you have to follow them. Understand what they're telling you to do, okay? So you have 5, and that's our part. Then we have 1 more, and that will go there in our other part. And then how many do we have all together? 6, okay? Let's do our strawberries. How many did the direction tell us to circle, or how much the directions tell us to circle? It told us to circle 5. So you're going to circle 5 strawberries. You always have to count them out first. You're going to write 5 as your part, and then you're going to circle, well, you're not going to circle the 2. You're going to circle your 5, and you're going to count on 5, 6, 7, and your total amount of strawberries, 7. Moving on. Circle your 5 pencils, and our first part is 5. And then let's look at the pencils we have at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 pencils at the bottom. So using the counting on strategy, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is our total. All right. Now, the directions tell us that we can put fingernail polish on the number of fingernails shown from left to right. Remember, that's how we count. That's how we read, from left to right. And then we're going to fill in the parts, make the number of fingernails on one hand apart. Okay, now, so it gave us our total. So we have to fill in a total of 8 fingernails, okay? 3, 4, 5. Remember, this is how we counted at the beginning of our lesson. 6, 7, 8. So that means our first part, let's look at our left hand. Our first part is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our second part on our right hand is a totally different hand. It's 1, 2, 3. So our part is 5, our second part is 3, and our total is 8. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay, let's look at the next one. How many fingernails should we fill in on the second one? 6. You're absolutely right. Now, whenever we're going to shade in our fingernails, do we start from left to right or right to left? Left to right. Awesome. So let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget your thumb. 6. We start back at our thumb on our right hand. So our total is 6, or our whole is 6. So let's look at our left hand. That's going to be our first part. We filled in 5 fingernails on our first hand, which will be our left hand because we read from left to right. So you're going to have a total of 5 fingernails. Now let's look at our right hand. How many fingernails did we polish on our right hand? Just 1, our thumb. So our first part is 5, our second part is 1, and our total is 6. There we go. Look at those right answers. Wow. You guys are awesome. So let's look at this. We still have to circle our 5. So 5 is our first part, 1 is our second part. What is our total? You guessed it, it was 6. Let's look at the second one. What is our first part? Let's see if you're right. Awesome job. What's our second part? Good, and you guys figured that out without even having to circle your 5. So what is our total? Awesome job. Wow, you guys are awesome. Did you get that right? And 5 plus 5 equals how much? 10. Absolutely right. 10. Now, without having to circle, what is our first part going to be for 10? For number 10, 5. And then the second part is going to be 3. And guess what our total is? 5 on the top row, 6, 7, 8. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Awesome job. Last few. 5 at the top. How many on the bottom? 4. How many total? 9. Last one. This one's a little tricky. How many do we have? 5. How many do we have at the bottom? 0. There are no dots on the second row. So that number represents 0. That's what the number is. So our total amount of dots will be 5. All right. Now, we went over number bonds today, and you guys did an awesome job. We were number detectives. We figured out what numbers can be hiding inside of 5. We also learned what a 10 frame was with being a digit detective. And then we also learned number bonds. We have part, and total for our number bonds, all right? You guys did awesome today. You guys should pat yourselves on the back. This lesson was easy peasy. You say lemon squeezy. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.